about a ride?
Where's your car? What? I'm not gonna get on that thing like one of your makeout girls.
They don't all make out with me. Okay, so like 95% of them make out with me.
It all kicks off with a classic tale of a secret crush and a bunch of wild high school antics. But let's talk about Netflix's The Kissing Booth movies. They've become a total hit with folks of all ages. Based on the Beth Reekles novels, the first movie hit Netflix in 2018, introducing us to Elle Evans and her talented love life involving the Flynn brothers, Noah, who she ends up dating, and Lee, her bestie. Just like any good teen rom-com, these movies dive headfirst into a whirlwind of complicated emotions, mixed signals, and big romantic gestures, landing them squarely in melodrama territory. And the sequel, The Kissing Booth 2, kept the drama alive with Elle and Noah trying to make it work long distance. Remember that cliffhanger at the end? Elle had to choose between Harvard with Noah or Berkeley with Lee. Well, buckle up, because The Kissing Booth 3 is here to spill the beans on what Elle decides and a whole lot more. But hold on to your seats because, yep, you guessed it, it ends with another cliffhanger. Now fans are left wondering if there's a fourth movie in the cards.
Oh, and you threw up on your dress.
Noah, I am so sorry.
It's okay. But I mean, this is exactly what I was talking about, Shelley.
But how did this trilogy begin to be famous? Back when Twilight and the Hunger Games were all the rage, Beth Reekles felt like she wanted something a bit more down to earth. So she took to Wattpad and started writing her own story chapter by chapter. The result, The Kissing Booth, is a tale about Elle, a regular teenage girl who falls for her best friend Lee's charming brother Noah. Turns out Reekles wasn't the only one who craved this kind of relatable story. The Kissing Booth racked up over 19 million reads on Wattpad and soon landed Reekles a book deal with Penguin Random House UK. Fast forward a bit and Netflix adapted the story into a movie that became a massive hit. Now with The Kissing Booth 2, Reekles finds herself continuing a story she hadn't initially planned as a series. But she couldn't resist diving back into the lives of her characters. The sequel picks up right where the first movie left off, with Elle and Noah dealing with the strains of a long-distance relationship. For Reekles, the appeal of The Kissing Booth lies in its relatability. It's all about everyday high school drama and the complexities of relationships, something many people can connect with. And Netflix seems to have found a sweet spot with this kind of grounded, young adult storytelling as seen in other hits like To All the Boys I've Loved Before and Never Have I Ever. What sets The Kissing Booth apart, according to Reekles, is its focus on platonic friendships alongside romantic entanglements. It's a refreshing change from the typical love triangle tropes. And for many fans, seeing themselves reflected in Elle and Lee's friendship is a big part of the appeal. Ultimately, The Kissing Booth taps into a sense of nostalgia for older readers, reminding them of their own teenage years. It's that mix of rom-com charm and everyday struggles that keeps audiences coming back for more, which means a sequel. Another reason some fans are totally torn with The Kissing Booth 3 ending. Throughout all three movies, we followed Elle Evans, played by Joni King, as she navigates through relationships and figures out what she wants to do with her life. It's been a relatable journey for teens watching Elle, Noah, Jacob Elordi, and Lee, Joel Courtney, deal with all sorts of stuff. And for the adults watching, it's like a trip down memory lane remembering their own first loves. Now in the last movie, Elle was stuck between going to Harvard with Noah or Berkeley with Lee. The Kissing Booth 3 picks up right from there with a gang determined to tick off everything from their summer bucket list. And by the end, Elle throws us all a curveball. She decides to go to the University of Southern California, choosing neither Noah nor Lee. She's all about doing her own thing now, not worrying about what everyone else thinks. After all those lovey-dovey moments between Elle and Noah in the first movie, it's a bit of a shocker to see Elle flying solo at the end of the franchise. Fast forward 6 years and we see Elle and Lee reuniting, proving that true friendships can withstand the test of time. But not everyone is feeling Elle's single status as the credits roll. Some fans are all for Elle choosing herself and doing her own thing, but then there are others who are, well, not exactly thrilled about it. The buzz around how The Kissing Booth 3 would wrap up was real, and it shot up to the #1 spot on Netflix's most watched list in no time. And as soon as the credits rolled, people took to social media to voice their thoughts. Take Twitter user @BerniceMay, for example, who said, "It's not always a fairy tale ending, but it's real. It's about self-love, priorities, closure, and moving on. Overall, it's realistic, and that's the best part." @4Christina chimed in, liking how the ending broke away from the usual romantic comedy formula. It teaches us not to change ourselves for anyone, to always put ourselves first, to love ourselves, and most importantly, the significance of letting go and finding closure. But wait, here comes the other side of the coin. While some fans are cheering Elle on, there are others who feel a bit let down. After 3 whole movies of rooting for Elle and Noah to ride off into the sunset together, seeing them not end up together in the end, even after that time jump, was a bit of a bummer for some. Take @Nicole_Ira16 who tweeted, "Gosh, I'm not a fan of that kind of ending." And @Monosyllabic didn't hold back, declaring, "Kissing Booth 3 had the most disappointing ending to a trilogy. Sure, there's a sweet message tucked away in there about not relying on others for your happiness, but for many, the fact that the movie didn't stick to the typical rom-com playbook was a bit of a curveball." Then there were those who found the whole thing a tad unrealistic. Like @UnGenetSpam, who couldn't wrap her head around Elle, even considering not going to Harvard just to avoid upsetting her boyfriend or best friend. Girl, you got into Harvard and you're telling me your main concern is not making your boyfriend or best friend mad? Alright, if The Kissing Booth 4 ever hits our screens, it's got a chance to redeem what some fans felt was a lackluster ending in the 3rd movie. One big reason why the 3rd flick fell short for many was because it skipped over Elle's college journey, which, let's be real, was a huge deal for her character. It felt a bit odd for a coming-of-age series to just breeze past such a pivotal time of self-discovery and growth. Suddenly, the characters were all grown up after the time jump, leaving us wondering what on earth happened during those college years. But fear not, because The Kissing Booth 4 could swoop in and fix all that. Imagine diving deep into Elle's college adventures, from navigating her studies in video game design to forming new friendships and keeping the old ones strong, especially with Lee. There's a whole world of potential there for Elle's character development, and it's something fans would love to see. Plus, it just makes sense for the franchise to stick with a college theme rather than jumping straight into post-grad adulthood. After all, that's where Elle's journey really took off, and there's plenty more story to tell there, so here's hoping The Kissing Booth 4 gives us the college experience we've been craving, and maybe even a bit more closure on Elle's journey. However, due to the significant time jump depicted in The Kissing Booth 3, revisiting Elle's college years poses some difficulties. With the audience already acquainted with the post-college Elle, depicting her college experiences would necessitate the use of flashbacks, or even exploring them in a separate spin-off from the main storyline of the franchise. Both of these options come with their own challenges and may not seamlessly integrate with the overarching narrative. Additionally, The Kissing Booth 3's ending faced criticism for the limited appearance of the titular fundraiser, which felt rushed and forced. To address this, one potential solution could be for Elle to find a way to recreate the Kissing Booth in The Kissing Booth 4, offering an opportunity to amend another aspect of the 3rd movie's ending.